What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We're back with the second colorway of the GA-V01, the Cool Eyes G-SHOCK collaboration watch. So here we are with the second one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. The first one, the black, and now we're going with the more vibrant colorway, the actual hyper green color watch. So a lot of details in terms of this watch collaboration. I don't know if I want to call it a collaboration, but it's a new model that was released by Casio back in February of 2025, and it's finally arrived here. Again, just to reiterate, this model here was released in China. It comes in this box set, and the watch itself will be released in the United States and other countries, including the United Kingdom, places in Europe. And unfortunately, most places will not include this box set. It will be just the watch in a special, without the special casing. It'll be like a box maybe or a tin, with the retail price of $140 in the United States. So just to reiterate that this is actually a special version that not everyone will be able to get a hold of. But this is the container that it comes with. Showed you guys that in the last video. But here it is again, just in case you missed it. There it is. It's like from some of the viewers who corrected me because I couldn't remember the name of it. This is a sea mine. It looks like a sea mine, right? Which is not what I was thinking, but it does reflect that. It does remember, kind of looks like that. But it's cool. It's a nice little design there. You sit it down like this and you open it up and the watch is inside. Wow, look how vibrant that is. Look at how look how bright that is. So not only is it big, it's also bright. Well, we'll see that momentarily. So yeah, that's the display case. You hold it in there and open it up and the watch is inside. I love these things. I'm a sucker for them. I love the packages, the limited edition kind of collectible stuff. So I order kind of these things frequently from China, but a little hard to get a hold of here in the United States, but a little effort and you can be able to get them. I'm gonna leave this open so you guys can see that throughout the duration of the video. But here it is, the GA-V01. This one in particular is the yellow colorway, or green, I want to say. GA-V01 9APFK 5751 is the module. I failed to mention in the last video that the actual model number is GA-V01 9A. The PFK is as part of the special edition that includes this display stand. The standard model will not have that PFK. It will be just without. It'll be without it. So that'll be the model number, and the PFK stands for that special edition. Just so to kind of let you guys know. But here it is, the yellow one. This one is extremely vibrant. Look at that. It's a good, nice looking color. I'm gonna put it right on the wrist because why not, right? This one is cool. It looks like something you'd wear for like jogging or sports activities. Look at that. Holy cow. Tell me that isn't bright. But this is cool. Look at the hands, our minute hand. It's an orange color on our hand and a minute hand. The minute hand does have that pattern on the end there. Looks like fields, like alien crop fields, like some people said, and they're right. It looks exactly like that. Some people kind of like the watch. Some people hated it. There's no in between apparently. Some people hate the fact that they went with this in this direction with the watches, but I think it's fine. I accept it. I think it's a good change for Casio and G-SHOCK, and nothing wrong with working outside of the box, right? This again was released in China, and it's released by an artist in China who he likes all the Japanese anime and stuff like that. So this, I could see that being a cultural thing as well. Like in China, things are more vibrant. They're dressed in the edge, and they're not as conservative as we are here in the States, I would think. So I think this is why this particular model and design reflects that kind of image. But here, let me get a close-up of the watch itself. Again, we have that singular kind of design here that incorporates the band right into the bezel right there. It's all one cohesive part of the watch. Got the G-SHOCK watch logo there in black. Let me zoom in a little bit to get a little focus. There we go. G-SHOCK logo in black, and also the protection logo in black. All right. The display, again, we have the bright, vibrant green color on the dial. When you have a negative display in there, on the left side, you have the alarm function, world time, stopwatch, timer mode window. So you could fluctuate between all the modes currently in home time. You hit this button on the bottom left there. You can see how it changes, world time, stopwatch, timer, and alarm. Just to remind you, this has 5 alarms. So you could set up 5 alarms. So if you're like me who likes to sleep through them and bangs on the alarm clock, you could have 5 as backups. You can also turn on and off the signal if you so desire. And then on the right side, you have the secondary window that gives you the day of the week, and also you could change that to show the date of the year on there, as well as the second. So push the top left button here to set the watch. I'm gonna show you how to do that as well. And then you're at the home time, you'll be able to see the world time there. So you could go and change that by pressing the bottom left button. All right, see how you have the keys on, the light between, make it shorter or longer. I'm gonna make it long. There we go. I'm gonna change that to Chicago. Denver, Mexico, Chicago. There it is. How do I know that? Because I play with these too often. Daylight savings time is gonna be off. Actually, it should be on. I'm gonna leave it off. Who cares? And then the time, to say it's, I'm gonna do 12 o'clock just to get the hour and minute hand out of the way. 12 o'clock. Long press for faster change. 2025 is fine. April 10th, sure, why not? Exit by pressing the top left button again, and there you go, the hands and the fast. I like that too. The motors are pretty fast on this watch. You can see how fast it changes the time. Some of these watches, the older models, they actually change the hour hand very slow. All right. So over there, you can see that secondary window, like I said earlier, the day of the week, the seconds, but you could change that as well to show the date if you so desire. You see that there, or the digital time. Digital time, day of the week, or the date window, whichever you like. You can display on that secondary window. You also have some the signal. If you have that on, I'm actually turn it on so I can show you guys here. Turn it on, set this to here, go back to alarms. Actually, I was in the wrong window. Let me go back to alarms. And then we go here. Alarm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's your signal. Let me see if I can turn that on. On. You see how that indicator there turned on from off to on? And that's what that window here also shows you. If the alarm is on, you also get a little notch there that shows the alarm is on. And then you have for the split time right there when you're operating, when you're doing the timer, that stopwatch. I think it's the stopwatch. So I'm gonna turn that off right there. Hourly signal. Turn that off, and then back to your home time. All right. Again, this watch is water resistance up to 20 bars. So it's, I mean, unless you're scuba diving, this should be ample, plentiful depth for this watch. So cool watch overall. Like I said earlier in the other video, the Lume was made in Japan, encased in Thailand. 5751 is the module. GA-V01 is the model number. All right. Cool design here. You can see that. I'm curious to see how this is actually built. I can see there's a little cut there, so it might be a 2-part piece. You see that? So I wonder if I remove this screw there and the screw there, if this will open up and that gives me access to the watch. But on the bottom, you could have standard size 0 Phillips screws to remove those and access the battery. The life of the battery is 10 years, which is sufficient. If you don't operate the watch, that's the beauty about these watches. Some people argue that these watches should give you more functionality, like barometer, thermometer, altimeter, etc. But how often do you actually use those functions? The price of the watch will be more expensive, and you're paying for functions that you probably wouldn't use on a daily basis or even regularly. So for a standard person, for standard needs on a daily basis, this is all you really need to be able to tell the time. So I think that it's helpful that they minimize the cost for the end user at $140 by removing all those needs, all those extra sensors and whatnot that you may not necessarily need regularly. All right. And that also reflects the life of the battery. This is a 10-year battery. If you don't operate the watch, you don't change it and play with all those sensors, the 10-year battery actually might last you like more like 12 to 15 years on this watch, which might outlive you. In my case, I'm getting old. But yeah, here's the watch. It's a great vibrant color. I love the band there. It's pretty neat, different from all the ones I've seen before. And you can see the watch is beautiful overall. Now, not sure how this one will fare out with in terms of getting dirty. These vibrant colors and historically, this flat matte colors here on these bands tend to get dirty and stained if you're not careful. So if you wear like blue jeans or new clothes or just daily activities, this will stain. It'll be hard to get off. So be cautious when you buy this watch, or if you decide to buy this watch or any other vibrant color matte finished bands, that they do stain and you won't be able to get those out if you're not careful. All right. But again, the display is gorgeous. It looks very nice. It's not terrible, guys. Some people were complaining that it's not visible. I think it's pretty good with the correct lighting and just standard use. And I'll actually show you that, guys, here. Aside from this bright light that I have here for just to show you guys a video, but I'm gonna kind of step away from this in a second to show you guys how it looks in real life. And you'll see it's not terrible. It's actually pretty good, very legible, easy to read, and overall the watch is pretty good. All right, I'm gonna throw this on the wrist real quick once more. Oh, I thought it was a middle finger for a second. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? All right, so here we go. The GA-V01. This is the Vision, the Google Eyes. And I mentioned before what that meant, but I'll mention it once more again. Again, 6.5-inch wrist. Look at that forearm. It's 6.5-inch wrist, so I do have a relatively small wrist, but it's not terrible. And one user or viewer actually asked me to compare this watch to other models that you're more probably accustomed to or familiar with, just so you guys get a size comparison, and I'll do that now. Let's check it out. Let's go. All right, for comparison purposes, thanks to the viewer who actually recommended I do this. It's a good thing that we listen and read those comments. So here it is, the GA-V01. I'm gonna compare that to the several models, starting from the small ones that I recognize. So here's a standard DW5600. You can see the size itself, right? You could tell the difference. It's not terribly thick. It's not huge, but it is bigger. You can tell, right? It dwarfs the 5600, but it's not like massive. Now moving on to the next model, we have the GA-700 right here. Now it gets more comparable. You can see that now that this is the bright yellow, so it's gonna look bigger to start off with compared to the black. But you can see there it's not extremely larger, right? Even in see that? It's not significantly larger, I want to say, than the GA-700. So if you have a GA-700, you could use that as a comparison. Moving on to a more larger piece, we have the GSG-100 Mudmaster. Now you start getting to similar sizes. See that? Very similar in size between the GSG-100 and the GA-V01. And then we have the next one. We have the Mudmaster GWG-2000. More robust. Almost looks bigger. I want to say that this part here, right, the integrated kind of the same band and bezel structure makes it look bigger. But in reality, it would cut off like here. I want to say if you had an actual bezel, it would stop there, and then it would look something like that. So again, this is not bigger than the GSG-2000 Mudmaster. All right, you see that? That's a comparison, a size comparison between the two. What do you guys think? Is it still too big for your liking? All right, I'm gonna do a macro view of this watch so you guys can get a good comparison and a good look at all the details of this watch. Let's go. There you guys have it. So you can see also what I failed to mention in the last video is that this has dual LED lights. So you have one that illuminates the actual analog hands, and then the digital display has a second LED which illuminates that. So it's a good visible light watch in the dark and in the daylight. The analog hands are extremely visible. The digital time, not so much, but it's not terrible if you angle it the right way. And I'll show you that again in the more in a natural environment. I'll wear the watch and I'll show you how it looks like in a natural environment without all the bright lights. But it's visible. It's not terrible, but the hour analog hands and the minute hand in an analog format, it works really well. Nothing to worry about. You can see this very well. Easy to tell the time. Not complicated. Not hard on your eyes whatsoever. Another thing which I didn't mention in the last video is that this does have Lume on the hour and minute hand. It's so tiny though. It's very hard to see, and that's probably why I missed it. I'll see if I could put a picture there for you guys here. It's on the tip of the hour and a tip on the, right, let me see if I can show you guys real quick. You can see it there on the tip right there of the minute hand, and also on the tip of the hour hand right in the corner there on the top. That's your Lume, and it's really cute. I hate to say cute, but it is because it's so small. But in the dark, it actually stands out. You can actually see it pretty well. It's a little dot floating there on the screen, and that's your Lume for hourly display. But the light itself, the LED light, even if you don't have the Lume, that hourly, the digital dual LED, the dual LED light is sufficient to light up the watch face. It can almost light up the whole room. That's how bright it actually is. All right. But now let me show you guys how it looks in natural environment so you guys can see that it's not terribly bad and visible in real life. Let's go. All right, here we are in artificial lighting. It's kind of no lights are on actually. You can see there you can see the time. Not terribly. You can still see the digital time. Zoom out a little bit. Very vibrant color. I could read that pretty good. All right, let's go move around here a little bit. Keep going, just walking around. You can see that more. This is artificial lighting, actually natural light right there. Zoom in, you can see that. Not terrible to see, not terrible to read. Okay, pretty good. Looks good, if you ask me. Nice, pretty good looking watch. Nice and vibrant. What do you guys think? There you go. All right, guys, and there you have it. The GA-V01. This is the green, hyper green 9A G-SHOCK watch. 9 is for yellow, but this is more like a green. That's a designator for yellow, though. It's a 9 designator. But there you guys have it. The GA-V01. Once again, if you haven't seen my for sale video that I previously posted a few like 5 days ago or so, maybe a little longer, check that out. So many great deals, guys. Reach out to me. Let me know if you're interested in any of those watches, and let's make a deal. Hopefully you enjoy these videos. I do a lot of content. I try to post as often as possible with a lot of new releases in hand You don't get none of that AI generated BS with fake voices. This is me. This is raw. This is real. Let's check it out. Till next time, this is Chicago. Holla at your boy. I'm out of here. Peace.
G-SHOCK, I'm rocking my 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 G-SHOCK.